Hello and welcome back. So what I'm going to do now is we've got this rune of teleportation. Okay, so I'm going to put down another rune, say about here, and we're going to activate it with an Eye of Ender. And we also need 5 levels, and it's activated. So let's have a look what happens here. So I think it's just, yeah. So you can see that it takes 3 hearts away, and it's going to teleport me. Yeah, you just stand on it. It takes 3 hearts away. Now, the thing about this blaze square here, if you look here, we'll see network is set by the block under the blaze square. Okay, so what I'm going to do now then is I've got some other squares where I can put some stuff down. I tried to use wood, but I think it's because maybe it's got a facing component. That's not so good. So I think, okay, it's not going to be there. Am I missing? I'm low on gunpowder runic dust. Okay, let's just put a couple of stacks in here. And we good on blaze dust? Yeah, not too bad. Okay, that was actually in the wrong place anyway. Okay, so just put it down there. Okay. And so yeah, so that was just on the grass block here. So then if I do another one just here as well, let's put that one here. Get a couple more Eyes of Ender. Let's just check, see what happens if I give myself 10 levels, if it will just take the 5 or it will take the whole lot. Because that's something which I've been confused about. Yeah, it does take the whole lot, so you've got to be careful about that. And then we've got this one to activate as well. Okay, so now, because these are on different networks, in terms of, this is the grass block network, this is obviously the cursed earth and vampirism network, we should only go to this one. And that's great. Okay, and then for this one, just go to the other cursed earth one. Okay, so there's now obviously you do take some damage when you do that. So yeah, one eye. So there is actually this other one, which is the rune of transport, and this one actually means that you don't take any damage. And also, yeah, so this one, what's the total rune cost? 25 gunpowder, 16 blaze. This one is 14 gunpowder, 16 blaze. So this is a cheaper one, and you don't take any damage. So let's try this. Well, first of all, let's try. We've got a couple which is just on cursed earth network. So let's try this one and see if it will interact with the other network type. That might be interesting to see that. So we're on transport, yeah. Okay, and the sacrifice is also, there's no Eyes of Ender, so this is obviously like a significantly better one. So I don't know why you would actually use the other one, but maybe there are some problems with how it works. So let's have a think about that then. And of course this may just be because of the dust that I've got both packs in here. So we've got one there. Now is this going to teleport me to another one? Okay, is it going to round robin it? So we're going to go there for okay, so it looks like that we can connect into the network. Oh, so that's the problem with the rune of yeah. So the transport one doesn't last. It's a one use only one. So that's why you wouldn't actually want to use the transport one. But yeah, like you can see anyway. Yeah, it still did manage to work. The rune of transport did manage to teleport me to the rune of teleportation runes, but it was a one-way only thing basically. So yeah, so I guess in that situation you can imagine, like if you were out miles away, you had one of these back at your base, you could just make it a one-off, and then it would be a cheaper cost. No Eyes of End are required, and only 5 levels required. So that makes sense. Okay, so I think that's good for that. Now we've got Rune of the Fire Sprite. Summon a Fire Sprite to burn your enemies. This is another one that can be fueled. So you recall we had the Rune of Power Distribution before, so that could be a way to fuel this. 22 levels now. Summons a Fire Sprite to burn your enemies. Okay, so one of the reasons why I actually came back to the Vampirism biome, because obviously there's quite a lot of enemies around here. So let's see if we can get that to work effectively. I'm also actually kind of curious. I just want to see this. Okay, it doesn't seem to work. Okay. So, yeah. So we're going to put it... let's put the rune down first. I won't worry about this. I was going to do a bit more of a demonstration, but I think I've kind of actually showed it already. I've got the cursed earth here, that's fine. Okay, so... slightly bigger this one. And we're going to need 1 gas tier and 2 fire charges. Okay. So pretty pricey, this one. And a couple of fire charges. And we also need 22 levels, which is a pretty large amount. Okay, we're going to put it on easy. And let's go. Not sure what enemies it's seeing there. Is it here? It is still there. Let's have a... oh, it's just burning anything, isn't it? Here we go, here's an enemy. Unfortunately, it seems to burn like a lot of stuff. I mean, it does do the job. That is true. What's this? Oh, there is actually something here, I think. Oh, there's a ghost here. So he's actually able to recognise the ghost as well. Cool. Alright, it's getting a little bit out of hand there, so let's... okay. So yeah, unfortunately it does burn a lot of area, so it's best not to do it on a place like... obviously not... This cursed earth is going to burn, but... yeah. So yeah, obviously you want to turn off the fire ticks, but so pretty cool that it can recognise all the enemies that are around. So yeah, is it still going? I think it is actually, isn't it? Yeah, that's why. This is why it's not working. Okay, let's all right, we better just turn that off then, and it's gone. Yep, so that's a fueled one as well. I was thinking, why is there's more and more fire all the time? And that was why. So let's move on now to the next one. I'll just put out the remaining fires here. Okay. And that's that. So what next? Rune of the Earth Sprite. Summons an Earth Sprite that will protect you if you stop and crouch. Similar sort of thing. So this is like I guess the sprite section or whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's go. Let's just go somewhere new. So yeah, so this, yeah, so the fire one is not really good in places with trees. We've established that, but these ones may be. Let's have a look. Okay, that one's actually got. It's not actually often I've seen one with that many colours in it. 1 gas tier, 16 glass. So yeah, these are obviously really meant to be used like pretty substantially. it lasts 3 days unless fueled. So yeah, that rune of power distribution will really be useful for this. So 20 levels for this one. And we need the glass tier and the 16 glass. Okay. So again, we're going to go and venture into the forest here. And we're going to see what happens when we have to deal. So it's summons an earth sprout to protect you if you stop and crouch. Okay, so let's find a mob and see what happens if we do that. So there's a guy here. It's not working. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working very well. I can see what it's trying to do, but unfortunately, these guys, maybe because they're the wrong kind of mob. Yeah, so that didn't really work too well. But again, I guess it's a bit unfair with like using this sort of mob. Like if we had a zombie, I wonder if that will work better. Let me just quickly check this. It's like it just creates like this thing of glass around, doesn't it? I'll be honest though, it doesn't really. I feel like it protects against like the first hit. Yeah, I think it sort of protects against the first hit, and then you're supposed to actually attack after that. It's not like. It's an interesting one. That. Okay, where did I actually put that one down? I should be able to see it somewhere. Here it is. Okay, let's move on then. Okay, so that was the earth sprite. So there's only 2 sprites. Okay, I think that will do then. So we'll move on to the rune of bouncing next time. Thanks for watching.